Hi, fourth grade, it's Miss Taylor again. Last video we talked about fractions, and today we are going to be talking about percentages. So I want you to round up a couple things. I'm going to be using fruit today because I have a lot of fruit in my house right now. So what I have, and you can substitute this for anything. It can be like hair ties or like flowers outside, anything like that. So with me, I have 4 blueberries. You can see. So I have 4 blueberries. I'm going to make sure you all can see this. Okay. I have 2 blackberries. So I'm going to set those over here. I have 3 raspberries. I'm going to make sure that we can see this all so you can see the differences. And I have 1 grape. Okay, so I have a total of 10 items. So I want you to pause this video and go around your house and find 10 items. They need to be different items, okay? So go ahead and pause this and I will wait here right for you. Okay, so now that you have your 10 items, we're gonna talk about what a percentage is. So percentages are gonna be out of 100. So you know how you score a 95% out of 100. So say there were 100 problems on the test, you got 99 of them right. If it would be a 99 out of 100, or the 95 out of 100 would be 95 out of 100. So we're gonna pretend like each of these represents a 10. So we know that the 10's place. So let's see what percentage we have in total. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So all of these all together, this is gonna equal 100%. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to think of how much fruit of each is the percentage of the whole. So percentage of the whole means, so out of these blueberries, what percentage of blueberries does the whole fruit equal out of 100%? And the reason that I'm using 10 is just because I want to be able to show easily what each of these represent. You can find 100 items if you want and split them up. It just takes a longer time because I am simplifying, because 10 times 10 equals 100. So what I'm going to do first is we're going to count how many blueberries we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 out of 10, which would be 40% out of 100%, because we're just adding another 0 at the end. So now 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 out of 10 is 40%. So 40% of the fruit is blueberry. Okay, so now let's go to raspberry. 1, 2, 3. 3 out of 10 equals what? Very good, 30%. 1, 2, 3. 30% of the fruit is raspberries. So now we're going to come over here to blackberries. 1, 2. 2 out of 10 is 20%. Very good. And 1 out of 10, 10%, very good. So we can see that percentages really aren't that hard. So when you just have like a part to a whole, that's what the percentages equal. Well, you can use this in like a pie chart, or maybe the percentage of people playing sports to people who don't play sports. So what we're gonna do is we're going to do a couple scenarios where we try to figure out the percent of the fruit. So what I wanna know is what percentage of the fruit is not a dark color. So blueberries are dark color, a grape, blackberry, those are all dark colors. So what I want you to do, or if you have your own, we're just gonna do this for mine just because I have fruit, but if you have your own, I want you to try to think of a couple of solutions that you can find out with yours. So if you had, so say I had hair ties and clips and another clip, what percentage of what equals what you're trying to find out. So now let's come back to this. So we're going to put this on one side and these over here. So we're going to count how many we've got. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 70% of the fruit is dark. 1, 2, 3% of the fruit is light. So what would the answer be? Very, very good. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 70% of this fruit is dark fruit. Now, what if I wanted to say, what percentage of the fruit are a type of blackberry or raspberry? So we'd split these up. So we have raspberry on this side, blackberry on this side, and these over here on this side. So now we're gonna count. So this is still out of 10. We haven't changed the quantity of the fruit at all. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 10 is what? 50%, very good. So now with this 50%, we can only have 50-50 on both sides, right? So you don't even need to count this side. So if we have 50% on this side, it's gonna be 50% on this side too, which is just another easy way to show it. So now what if I wanna say, what percentage is grape? So we have 1 grape here. Actually, let's do what percentage is not grape. So we have 1 grape here. So let's move all of our fruit over to this side. We have 1 grape over here all by itself. We want to know what percentage is not grape. Now what we could do is we could count 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. But we're not going to do that. It's just an easier way to do it. So we're going to count how many percentage is grape first. 1. 1 out of 10. Now if we remember in fractions, when we have like denominators on the bottom, can't we just add or subtract straight across? So if we know we start with 10 over 10, so just picture this in your mind, 10 over 10, okay? Then you're gonna subtract 1, because one of these grapes, this is what we're trying to figure out. However many, this the percentage that we're trying to find over here, this is a percentage that we're trying to find. So we're gonna subtract this 1%. So now we have 9 over 10. Now when we subtract 10 minus 9, 10 minus 1, that's going to give you 9 over 10, which is 90%. I kind of probably confused you guys, so let's just go back over it again. Okay, so we have this 1 grape, right? We have 10 in total. So 1 fruit out of the 10 fruit are grape, which means the rest of the fruit have to be non-grape. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 10 over 10, and we're going to subtract 1 over 10, because this is the one grape that we're trying to figure out. We don't want to know how many grapes we do have. We want to know how many grapes we don't have. So when you do 10 minus 1, that equals 9. So now you have 9 over 10. That gives you 90% of these fruit are not grapes. Please let me know if you guys have any questions. I know this video was kind of rushed, but I hope that you guys are staying safe and that everybody has a good rest of your day. Bye, guys.